found my brother Kevin on our mother's front porch, sitting erect on the concrete steps like an expectant schoolboy waiting for the bus, his arms folded neatly in his lap and two mismatched suitcases behind him. Our mother's house was a small split level in Blue Ash, a tiny lot close to the train tracks in an otherwise desirable neighborhood in Cincinnati. Kevin and I had grown up here, sharing one of two small bedrooms on the second floor, a room that had been his alone for his entire adult life. His expression remained unchanged when I put our mother's minivan in park and stepped onto the driveway. "Is that all you're bringing?" I asked. "No, there are boxes inside." He unfolded his lean body and stood tall. His black hair was flecked with gray and pushed back off his forehead as if he was standing in a storm. He wore a long-sleeved Detroit Tigers t-shirt that was so oversized the cuffs covered his hands. Inside were a dozen cardboard boxes of equal size, all taped shut and labeled with only the words up or down in black marker. Otherwise, the living room was hollowed out. "Is this everything?" I asked. "Yes, Henry, this is everything." For a moment he stood unmoving, anchored in place. Then he shuffled outside and picked up the suitcases. My mother had owned the same furniture and the same photographs and the same books for decades. Every few years, she bought a new television, and once I started working, I was the one buying her a new set. She didn't want anything else. She read library books and sat in her chair, its indention formed perfectly to her body. The house was always cluttered, well-lit, and horribly sad. Over the last 2 weeks, I had sold everything I could and donated what I couldn't. We kept the photos, and Kevin had a box of mementos that remained taped shut, but that was all. It only took 15 minutes to load the van.